Here are the answers to 9 through 14. Take a minute and check your work. Number 9 says, why is this relation a function? They give us a set of ordered pairs. And remember, there's one rule for a function. The one rule for a function is every x value can be paired with only one y value. Every x value can be paired with only one y value. So we look at our x values, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. None of them shows up more than once. No x value has more than one y value. So this is a function because each x value corresponds to only one y value. Correspond means to be paired with or to match with. Okay? All right, number 10 says which set of ordered pairs does not represent a function. So we're looking for a set of ordered pairs that fails this. Okay? So we look at A. A, we have the points -6, 9, -3, 3, 0, 3, 3, 9. All of my x values only show up once. I'm in good shape. B, we have 2, 2, -4, 2, -6, 2, -8, 2. Look at your x values. 2, -4, -6, 8. They all only show up one time. We're good. Look at C. 5, -1, -1, 5, 5, 1, 1, -5. What I notice, I've got this 5, -1, and 5, 1. So 5 is paired with two y values. And since 5 is paired with two y values, C cannot be a function. Okay? Now look at 11. It's got some graphs, it's got some tables, and it wants to know which does not represent a function. Let's look at the table first. Do any of these x values show up more than once? 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 8, 5, 9. Look at your x values. Do any of them show up more than once? No. Remember, we don't care that this y value shows up more than once. We only care about the x values. So, B is good. Do you remember how we check a graph? We check a graph with the vertical line test. A vertical line can only intersect a graph once to be a function. Okay, so let's look at A. If I do a vertical line anywhere through here, it's only going to intersect one time, right? A is good. Look at C. If I do a vertical line anywhere through here, it's only going to intersect that graph one time. C is good. Now, look at D. Is there a place where a vertical line intersects this more than once? Do you see it right here? It intersects there and there. That means this x value, 2, has two y values right here and here. So D is the one here that is not a function. Number 12, they're all graphs. So it says which of the following does represent a function, so we want to know which one passes the vertical line test. Well, A is a vertical line, right? And I completely missed that. A is a vertical line, so it fails the vertical line test automatically. Remember, a vertical line fails its own test. B has a vertical line in it, right? See it right there? So it fails the vertical line test. What about C? Well, the y-axis is a vertical line. It intersects that graph in two places. That fails the vertical line test. That x value has two y values. But D here, it will pass the vertical line test wherever I draw a vertical line. So D is my function. Now, what about 13, where it's a table? It says, which of the following represents a function? Remember, these are x values and y values. So we need each x value to only have one y value. Well, look at A. 2 is paired with 5. 2 is paired with 3. Right? Fails. 1 also fails, but we only need one failure for it to be a failure. B. Do I have any x values that show up once? I think I do. -1 is paired with 3. -1 is paired with 12. Since -1, that x value has two y values, fails. What about C? Any x values that show up more than once? 0 is paired with -4. 0 is paired with 14. Fails. What about D? 7's only one time, 12's only one time, 18's only one time, 20's only one time. So D is my table that represents a function. All right, same idea. Which of the following describes a function? We've got a graph, we've got a table, we've got a list of ordered pairs, we have a mapping diagram, which we haven't looked at yet. But let's see. Does the graph pass the vertical line test? Nope. That x value has two y values. A fails. It is not a function. What about the table? Is there an x value that shows up more than once? 1, -5, 1, -2, fails. Not a function. What about C? Is there an x value in those ordered pairs that has two different y values? 5 is paired with 2. 5 is paired with -2. It fails. And remember, a mapping tells you your coordinates. So this is telling us that 8 goes with -3, -4 goes with 4, and 1/2 goes with -3. Do any of my x values show up more than once? No. Do I care that my y values show up more than once? No. So D represents a function.